Hello and welcome to Redpill Rundown. Are you new to shooting guns or just want a refresher to make sure you're not forgetting anything? No worries, because here's your quick rundown on shooting fundamentals. As a quick reminder of firearm safety, quick rundown on that in the description. Always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction, always keep your finger off of the trigger until you're ready to shoot, and always keep firearms unloaded until they are ready to be used. Anyways, like with many physical activities, proper fundamentals lay the foundation for success and further development in your skills. Shooting guns at the range or anywhere else is no exception. The first key to good shooting is good positioning. You want to make sure that the way you are standing, sitting, laying down while holding and shooting your firearm is both steady and somewhat comfortable, as an overly uncomfortable firing position is likely to distract you from the shooting itself. When standing, be sure to lean forward a little to help absorb recoil. And when shooting rifles or shotguns, be sure to have the stock in the pocket of your shoulder rather than on your collarbone area, which may get bruised from recoil. The second key is aiming. You want to make sure your sights are aligned properly for a good sight picture, and to focus on the front sight post rather than the rear sight or the target itself. Use your dominant eye, and generally speaking, it's good to keep your other eye open as well if you can. The third key is breath control. If you were to go jogging and then immediately shoot, your shots would be less accurate than if your heart rate were lower and your breath more under control. This is because breathing equals movement, and movement equals less stability, which is not what we want for accurate shooting. That being said, holding your breath for too long will also decrease stability. A balanced approach is to take slow, relaxed breaths and squeeze the trigger at the bottom of the breath. I also like to reset the trigger at the top of my breath. Speaking of, the last key is squeezing the trigger. Be sure to squeeze or press the trigger in a straight and smooth movement. A slow and smooth trigger squeeze will quicken over time. This sounds like odd advice, but one of the best tips I ever received was to let the shot surprise you. What this really means is to try not to anticipate the shot, as you may flinch as a result, which can throw off the actual shot when the trigger is fully squeezed. You also need to have good follow-through, which is to say that after squeezing the trigger and firing a round, don't just let go of the trigger if you plan on firing another shot. Instead, carefully and slowly release the trigger until you feel or sometimes hear a click. This typically means the trigger has been reset and can be squeezed again, even if the trigger hasn't fully moved back to the starting position. This usually means that the subsequent trigger pull will not be as long or heavy in comparison to the first, since your new starting position is already closer to the firing point. Practice with all of these pieces of information regularly, and in time your results will improve. That's your quick rundown. Links in the description. See you guys later.